Hi everyone, it is Digital Girl here with eStoreKings.com, and today I'm going to be looking at creating an automated welcome email using Mailchimp. So Mailchimp, if you've never used it before, is an incredibly powerful marketing tool. It's super easy to use and it's sure to help you achieve your email marketing goals. And to be honest, it's really just going to make your life a whole lot easier from an email marketing standpoint. And an automated welcome email is exactly what it sounds like. It's an email that's automatically sent out to your new subscribers, welcoming them to your newsletter or email list. I dug around for a few email stats when it comes to welcome emails, and I came across campaignmonitor.com. And according to the stats on their website, welcome emails have an almost 92% open rate. They also, on average, generate up to 320% more revenue per email than other promotional emails. So if you like numbers like that and want to increase your revenue by, 320%, be sure to continue to watch the video and get that welcome email set up. Also in this tutorial, I'll be using Canva to design the email header. And if you don't already have Canva, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description where you can sign up for a free trial. All right, so let's get right into it and get that automated welcome email set up. So once you've logged into Mailchimp, head on over to the pencil or the create button on the far left. Click on create. And from there are different types of campaigns that you can create, but we're actually going to stick with email for this tutorial. So go ahead and click on email. And from there, we're going to hit automated. So again, we want that welcome email to be sent out automatically. You really don't want to come in and have to manually send these out. That would be kind of crazy. So click on that automated tab. And from there, you have plenty of options. But for the welcome email, we're going to hit subscriber activity. And then, of course, welcome new subscribers. This email is to introduce yourself to people when they sign up for your audience. So let's say you have a pop-up on your website that says, sign up for our newsletter, receive 5% off, whatever it may be. This is the email that people will get. So go ahead and click on welcome new subscribers. And then once you're on this screen, we can go ahead and give the campaign a name. And actually, before we do that, I just want to point out another awesome stat about welcome emails, and that is that you'll get 5 times more orders per recipient compared to bulk emails. So Mailchimp is just kind of backing up the fact that welcome emails are very effective. So let's go ahead and rename our campaign. I know, very exciting, welcome email, but of course you can rename it to whatever you'd like. And this drop down here is to select the audience that you would like to send it to. So I already have my audience selected, but go ahead and choose yours. And then from there, click the begin button. So by default, there will be some settings here that Mailchimp has already assigned, but what we can do is go through and edit them if necessary. So the first one is sends to, and that is the audience that this email will be sent out to, which is my main audience. And currently it's set to send out immediately after someone subscribes to the email list. Now what we can do is click on the edit delay and recipients button. And from there we can change the timing as to when the email is sent out. So right now it is set to immediately, but we have a few options here, and that is immediately, 1 hour after this person subscribes, 6 hours after, or a day after. So go ahead and select whichever one makes the most sense for your business. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on immediately. You can also check off the trigger when you import subscribed contacts checkbox. That will make it so that when you import contacts, let's say using a CSV file, all of the contacts on your spreadsheet will be automatically sent this new welcome email. So as you can see here, we've got the email going out immediately after they join or after they're imported into your audience list. So go ahead and click on save once you've chosen your settings. The next section is the from section. So that's going to be your business name or your name, along with the email address that you have set up through Mailchimp. If you do need to edit this information for some reason, you can do so using the edit from button. But if that looks okay to you, we'll head on to the next section, which is the subject line. Now, by default, Mailchimp has "Thanks for joining us," and then the preview text is "We think you'll like it here," which is cute and cheeky, so you may want to leave it like that. If not, you can hit the Edit Subject button. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and change the subject line as well as the preview text. And I quite like this preview text, so I'm just going to leave it. And you'll see over here on the right-hand side, there are a few pointers that Mailchimp gives you while you're setting up the subject and preview text. And so far, everything looks good. The subject line is short and sweet. Emojis are great in small quantities, so we don't have any, which I guess is a good thing. The spacing is okay. The amount of characters is fine. And then we didn't use too many punctuation marks, which is a good thing as well. So if you're happy with your subject line and your preview text, go ahead and click on the Save button. And the next part is my favorite part, which is the content. So this is the part of the tutorial where we actually design our welcome email. So go ahead and click on the Edit Design button. Now, at first glance, the welcome email really does not look all that impressive, but it will. Stay with me here. Over on the left-hand side is basically the preview of what the email will look like. And then over on the right-hand side is where you can drag and drop new pieces of content into your email. So before we dive into it, I just wanted to point out this section right here. If you're new to Mailchimp, this probably looks a bit foreign to you, and that's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Edit button right there, and it'll open it up for us. So whenever you see something like this inside Mailchimp, it's basically dynamic content that Mailchimp is pulling and putting into your email. So we could have just said, "Hi there, we're glad you're here," kind of thing. But to personalize the messaging, Mailchimp allows you to use something called merge tags. And again, that is the dynamic content that it's pulling into your email. And in this case, it's actually the subscriber's name. So the beauty in using a merge tag is that it will personalize your email message. And of course, the more you personalize your messaging, the better relationship you can build with your subscribers. And of course, that inevitably turns into more revenue and more growth for your business. So I'm going to go ahead and close that there. I'm also going to skip these messages. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial, I'm going to be using Canva to create an email header. So if you go on over to Canva, and again, please check the description for a link to set up a free trial, I'm going to go ahead and search for email headers in the search field here. You'll see that there are many templates to choose from. We've got 590 currently, and Canva is always adding to their library. Canva's been around for years, but it's growing and growing. It's super popular. Chances are you probably already use it, and if you don't, welcome to Canva. It's a fantastic tool. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one right here. You can, of course, have a look through and become a little more familiar with the different templates, but I'm just going to use this one right here. So to use it, you can either just click on it, or to view more information, click on the three dots and click on Preview this template. From there, you'll see which colors are used in this template currently, along with the fonts and photos. So I do like it, I want to use it, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Use this template. So with Canva, you have the ability to use stock photos in your images that you're creating. You can also upload anything from your computer if you have a specific image in mind. So I'm actually just going to delete this image here by clicking on it and hitting the trash can button. And then I'm going to select the background. Now you can just simply change the color, or you can add a background image, which is what I'm going to do. So if you head on over to Photos, Canva provides tons of different stock photos that you can use. You can have a look through the trending photos. You can also search. There's also this spot here, which is recently used. And I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop a picture that I used recently. So once you pick a photo, you can go ahead and do the same. Simply drag and drop it over to the header. And if you'd like to reposition the image, simply double click on it. And then you can move things around a bit. You can also make the image larger or smaller. And once you're done, hit done. Now I would also like to make this background a little blurry because I'm going to add a picture on top of it. So after I've selected it, I'll go up to Adjust and head on down to Blur. So I'm just going to increase the blur a little bit, like that. And then, like I said, I'm going to add an additional image on top. So to do that, I'm going to head on over to Uploads and then browse through my images on my computer and upload an image. So this is a picture of me waving hello, welcome to my email newsletter. I'm going to drag it over to the left-hand side and make it a bit bigger. And then I'm going to play around with the text and the rectangle over on the right-hand side. Now, right now, the text is all grouped into one group, but I would like to delete this larger text here. So I'm going to ungroup the group like that, and then select this and then hit the backspace button to get rid of it. You could also hit the trash can button as well, but it's a bit faster to hit the backspace button. I'm just going to go ahead and move this kind of out of the way. You'll notice as you drag things around, pieces will be locked into place, which is kind of one of the awesome things about Canva. The dotted line means that this bit of text is now centered inside the rectangle. Now, if I was to move it around a bit more, you'll notice you'll also hit solid lines, and these solid lines mean that it's the middle of the page or the graphic. So for example, if I go like this, that means that this bit of text is directly in the center of the graphic. But of course, I would like to have it centered within the rectangle, so I'm just going to leave it over here. And now I'm going to upload my logo. So again, I'll head on over to Uploads and upload the logo. All right, so here's the logo, which I'm going to resize, of course, because it's a bit too big. And again, I will make it centered within the rectangle. And then I'm going to edit this text here. To edit text inside Canva, simply double click on it and then change it to whatever you'd like. And you can drag the text box to make it a bit wider. And then just reposition as you see fit. Now from here, you can also change the text. So let's say you don't really like this text, simply click on it, click on the text options up here, and you can go through different ones that are available. You can also do things like make the text bold, italic, you can underline it, you can also change the color. And the interesting thing here is that Canva will pull all of the colors that currently exist in the image. So for example, it's pulling green from the plant in the background, this color here from my shirt, and so on. So you can go ahead and play with those, or you can select from the default colors. You can also select from here where you can get very specific. You know, if you've got the color code, you can enter it there. But I'm actually just going to leave it that dark color there. So that's really all that I'll be including in the email header for now. But I would like to center the logo as well as the text. Right now it's a bit high in the rectangle. So to move more than one thing at a time, simply select them both. What you can do is select one and then hold down the Shift key and select the other. And now they're kind of grouped together momentarily while we move them around. So to move them around, I'm just going to use my arrow keys. And I think that works. So once you're happy with your email header, head on up to the download button up at the top right. You can either download as a PNG, you can also do a JPEG, but I'm going to leave it as a PNG for now. And then click on download. And once you've downloaded your new header, head on back to Mailchimp. Okay, so from here, you have the option to add your logo, but because I created a custom email header, I'm going to put that there instead of the logo. So if you would like to do the same, or you would like to upload your logo, click on the Edit button here. And from here, we're going to hit Replace. And then once you're on this screen, go ahead and upload your new image. And there you have it. Your new email header image is at the top of your welcome email. If you'd like, you can also add a link to this image. So for example, let's say that you want this image to link to your website. You would click on the link, and then add your website here. And once you're done, hit the Save and Close button. Now Mailchimp has added some text here for us to start off with, and we can certainly leave it at that, or we can add to it as well. So over here on the right-hand side, you have many different options as to what kind of content you would like to add to your email. Now it is a welcome email, so you should keep it relatively simple. You don't want to overwhelm the subscriber kind of right off the bat, but you can add things like, a product if you have your Mailchimp hooked up to your eStore. You can add, additional text, images, and so on. So for right now, I'm just going to edit the text that Mailchimp has added. And to do that, I'm going to click on the Edit button here. And to replace the text, simply highlight it and then overwrite it with whatever text you'd like to include. So there you have it. You've got a bit of text. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and add links to this text as well. So for example, I just put here, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and link these out to the social media profiles. So go ahead and highlight the one that you'd like to link and click on the link icon here. And then click on the Insert button. And then we'll continue on with the rest. So here is the Twitter link. So once that's done, hit Save and Close. And if you'd like, we can go ahead and preview the email. So if you go on up to the top, you'll see Preview and Test. Click on that and then hit Enter Preview Mode. So far, this is what the email will look like. So of course, you can see it over here on the left. This is what the actual email will look like in someone's inbox. And over on the right, we have the information. So to the recipient's email, it's from Digital Girl, email address, and here is the subject along with the preview text. So to go back and continue editing, we'll click on the X up here in the top right-hand corner. Oftentimes when people sign up for a newsletter, they're promised something in return. So let's say you're offering people free content when they sign up for your newsletter. You could go ahead and drag a button over onto your email. Simply drag it, drop it here. And then we can add something to the effect of, download your free content. And then from there, you would have to enter the URL as to where the content is stored. So let's say it was a PDF. You'd have to add the URL into this field here. Now, this is just an example, so I'm just going to put any link in here, just for example purposes. And once you have that in place, go ahead and click on Save and Close. Now, I would like to move the button up a little bit, kind of in between this little paragraph here and the last bit of text. So I'm going to have to remove that from here. I'll go ahead and copy it. Save and close. And then I'm going to add a text box underneath the button for that last little bit of text. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop a text box over here. And then replace the text. Now, when it comes to the button, you can actually edit the style. So click on the Edit button and hit Style up here at the top. And from there, you can do things like take away the rounded corners, make them more round if you'd like. You can also change the background color. You can change the size, although I think it was fine just the way it was. And if you'd like for all of your buttons to take on this same styling, click on the Apply to All Existing Button blocks. And then that way, if you add more buttons, you won't have to come through and do the styling all over again. It will basically take on whatever style that we've set up here. So if you're happy with it, go ahead and click on Save. You can also change the alignment of the button. And to do that, go on up to Settings in the top right and just change the alignment. You can also change the width so that it's full width. Now the next thing I'm going to do is edit the social media icons in the footer. So of course we'll go through and edit the links to the social media profiles so that they go to your profiles, but we can also play around with the icons. Head on up to Settings, and from there you have a few different options to choose from. You can make them a bit bigger. You can also change the display so that it's icon only, text only, or both icon and text. And then down here you can change the icon style. We have solid or outlined. And then you can change them to black, white, gray, and then color. So once you choose a style and setting that you'd like, go ahead and click on Save. And then don't forget to change the URL so that it goes to your actual social media profiles. So if you want to get rid of one of the icons, you can actually just click on the X here on the right-hand side, and that will get rid of it. And if you'd like to add a new one, click on Add Another Service. Now you'll notice that the icons are kind of in a funny order. So for example, it's Twitter followed by website and then 3 other social media profiles. So to change the order, simply drag them around on the right-hand side of your screen. And once you're done, click on Save and Close. So let's go ahead and preview our email again. Click on Enter Preview Mode. And this is what our welcome email looks like. When you're in the preview mode, you can also click on Mobile to see what the email will look like on someone's phone. So this is what it'll look like on mobile. So if you're all done editing your welcome email, you can also send yourself a test email. So click on Preview and Test and select Send a Test Email. And from there, you can add different email addresses that you would like to send a test to. You can also include instructions. So let's say you're sending a test email to your team. You can say, please have a look, guys. This is the email going out on Friday. Please let me know if you'd like to make any changes, that kind of thing. So once you've tested your email and you're happy with it, go ahead and click on the Save and Continue button. And that is that. All you have to do now is click on the big Start Sending button in the top right-hand corner. And there you go. You've got an automated welcome email ready to send out to your subscribers as soon as they hit that subscribe button. And speaking of subscribing, make sure you subscribe for more Mailchimp tutorials, along with tips and tricks on how to succeed in the digital world. Thanks for watching.